Back at it again. It's a fresh young perspective. Before we start up the show, we're just gonna do a little plug, one time. Up and coming Toronto artist Mark Brathwaite has a show at the Gladstone, his album release party for the Phoenix album coming soon. August 4th is that date. It's at 8 p.m. No cover, so you can just walk in, grab a little drink. Like I said, it's at the Gladstone, 8 p.m. I think he'll have physical copies of the album that day. And also, we'll have him as a guest for a later on episode. So
check that out.
This is our 4th episode now.
Yes.
Fourth episode. 444 came out. 4th episode. 444 came out. It's almost like it was meant to be.
That's divine intervention.
So you already know that this is going to have to be the Jay-Z appreciation episode.
Yeah.
One time. So let me just remind you who we are. This is D. What's good? We got...
It's Sha, a.k.a. Queen Midas. Follow me on Twitter.
And Marta, a.k.a. at Bless This Beast.
A.k.a. Jay-Z's #1 fan.
Yeah, legit. I'm pretty sure.
A.k.a.
Pretty sure.
I bought Black Tims because of Jay-Z. A.k.a.
That's true, I did.
I bought his book. A.k.a. #1 fan for life. Because there ain't no party like a what party?
Like a Jay-Z party.
Yo, Jay-Z?
You mean the Jay-Z party that we're going to have in November?
That's what I mean.
Yo.
Welcome to the party life.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Okay, can we talk about how impossible it was to get your tickets?
It wasn't that impossible.
It was more impossible trying to get tickets for SZA.
Yes.
But that's another story.
Yes. Another story.
Y'all get your tickets?
Hell
for SZA,
no.
It was impossible.
What
It
the
was
hell
literally
happened?
Impossible.
They dropped at 10 a.m. They sold out 10:02. Some shit like
Yo,
that.
those are bots. I thought we got rid of
For
this.
sure they're
Toronto
bots.
Shape Up.
For sure they're bots. But the same thing happened because they had a pre-sale. Couldn't get anything in pre-sale. So I was like, maybe they had like 100 tickets and they just sold out super quick. Whatever.
What venue? Phoenix?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
plug.
Yes.
She's getting an upgrade. She's got to get an upgrade.
That's what everyone's saying, but
I
it doesn't look like they're
I
going
hope
to do
they
that.
don't move the venue. I think that's a good venue for her.
What
but
they
I
might-
hope they add a second show.
Yeah, then hopefully there'll be 2 shows in Toronto.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's what I
okay.
Someone I know is planning to go to Montreal to go watch her because those tickets aren't sold out.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, shit, it's a good trip to go to
Right?
Montreal. So
Why not?
Well, best excuse
Yeah.
ever.
Maybe we might have to look into that.
Yo.
FYP heads to the 514. It might be a thing still.
Whoa, we would have to record live.
Ooh.
Shit.
You'd have to follow us on our social media to check that one out.
Right.
At freshyongp on Twitter.
But anyways, back to Jay-Z.
Yes.
Yeah, I was able to get tickets on the pre-sale. It wasn't too bad. They're not sold out yet.
Okay, what's not sold out? The 300s? The 400s?
Are you trying to pay $230? That's what you're paying if you're not sitting in the 300s.
Credit.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I paid $100
For 100s.
for 300s. And those are not the cheapest balcony seats either. I mean, sorry, the most expensive balcony seats. The most expensive ones are $150.
I'm not his #1 fan.
Whatever, I paid more for Kendrick. Anyways.
Yo, did you see my tweet? I was like, yo, 2017 has been one hell of a year for hip-hop.
It's been pretty good.
And like, we're what, halfway through the summer?
Yeah, this is July.
Yeah.
July Jay-Z.
Yes.
Oof.
So
Jay-Z July. He's gonna just trademark the whole month.
yeah, right? He owns a shade of blue, right? So might as well own like a chunk of July.
And the number 4.
And
So, yo, that's a family number though.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
Yo, look at him teaching us how to do stuff.
Speaking of teaching us how to do stuff, I guess we got to start with favorite song off the album.
Favorite song?
Off of 444?
Off 444.
Who wants to go first?
I don't know. I like Smile a lot.
Smile.
Yeah, that definitely drew me.
Obviously, the story of OJ.
Okay.
I'm not black OJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moonlight. The first time I heard Moonlight, I was like, what?
Yeah, but
What?
okay.
So
So pick
you
one.
said one song?
So
I can't-
one song.
I
Just
cannot
went through
pick
the
one
album.
song.
One
She just went to the album.
We'll break it down this way. What's one song, favorite song, one, favorite beat, one, song you could get rid of? One.
I think you should go first.
Me?
I tell Blessings needs to go first.
Number one fan?
Number one fan needs to go first because I don't want to shit on whatever she's about to say.
What you got, number one?
You can shit on whatever
What's
you
your
want.
number
I'm
one?
still gonna fight you.
What's your number one? What's
You
your
can
number
shit
one?
on whatever.
All right, so what you got?
Okay, I go with.
Favorite song?
Yo, you're in a struggle right now, though.
I am. I'm struggling really hard. Okay, best beat, Bam. Favorite song,
Hey.
Family
alright.
Feud.
Hey, what?
Song that I would get rid of, none of them. The end.
Whoa. Okay, so give me props right there because I did not know you were going there. But you both, two of those. Family Feud was the first song that caught me.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if it was just because, like, I don't know what happened, but I ended up, like, repeating that song over and over. And then Bam has the best beat. And that's just, like, the Jamaican in me just going, fire. And then the song, I'm sorry, but I had to get rid of that one with Frank Ocean.
Caught Their Eyes? Yeah. A lot of Twitter will agree with you.
And
It's got to get to stepping if one gotta go.
if one gotta go, it's that one's gotta go. I'll
I'm
pull it
so
off.
saddened by that. I
For-
really, really like that song. And the first time I heard the album,
Ready for it.
yeah.
Ready for it.
I really liked Smile on first listen, and I really liked that one.
Ready for it.
Really?
Like from the very beginning. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, this song is so good. And like I love Frank Ocean's voice on it. I love the beat. I think the beat is great. But yeah, I think it's underrated.
I'll give you the beat. Something wasn't, you know what? I think it was because I was so excited because last time they got together, Made in America, I love that song was just done.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Like, I was like, yes, you get me? This one, it just wasn't doing it for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that's
was like,
fair.
eh.
But like, you feel the same.
Yeah.
And
way,
I don't feel
so-
like that was Frank Ocean's best work.
I
Yeah.
never said it was.
That
Frank
would be the
Ocean's best
song
work.
I'd get rid of too. Best song for me would probably be Moonlight.
Okay.
Best beat is between Bam or Family Feud.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know you'd be so in sync with that. That usually never happens. Look at the triplex. All right.
Oh, it's an actual triangle this time.
Okay, I have a question. I got a hard question.
Oxid.
Favorite producer out of the whole album?
You mean No ID?
It's a trick question.
You mean the
Just-
one producer
the
that
one
produced
and
the
only.
entire
It's
album?
a trick.
Yo. No,
you trying to
must get
test
his
this
props.
girl?
Yo, I just had to make
favorite
sure.
favorite sample then? Like
Yo, after our samples conversation, like just doing it right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just gotta
Right,
say
yeah,
something
no,
doing it
it's
right.
funny we had that conversation and then bam, No ID's like, all right, let me show you how to do it right.
Right?
Every song was a fucking hit, even the bonus songs, which we'll get into later. Even the bonus songs, the samples on those out.
Like, yo, it's an art.
So good.
Yo, I gotta go get my physical copy. I gotta do that because it's an art. It's an art form. I gotta pass this on. I can't, like, my computer won't outlive me.
Yeah.
But if I could pass on a CD to my child and be like, yo, this is your inheritance.
It'd be like, I bought the CD for $9.99. 2 years later, it's worth $10.99. 3 years later, $100.
I can't wait
Yo,
to give the
but-
shit to my kids. Yeah.
Nah, it was such a pleasure. It was like, honestly, and it was what hip hop needed. And I'm like surprised, like coming off, like Damn was like the next big thing, right? And coming off of that, you're just like, what? We got two of them? What?
Yeah, right?
Like, what's good? Like, who's next?
We do not deserve this.
Right? Question: how many albums you think got pushed back because this came out?
That's a good question.
Right? Yeah. Who's like, I'm gonna
Wait,
let me put it for
We just-
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks
That's
thing.
the-
when people
Just
stop
delay it.
talking about this,
delay
which
it.
they probably
Which
won't.
won't be anytime soon.
Summer's done.
Well, when did Damn came
Come
out?
on.
People are still talking about that.
Still, well, yeah, but and he could keep it alive every time he drops a music video.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Element music video came out what, like 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it was wild.
Which is crazy. 'cause
Speaking
I'm
of
like,
videos, those 444, jeez. And Bam just dropped today, but
We
I don't
haven't
have
seen
that.
we ain't got that title yet.
I don't have title yet, so.
And we ain't got Sprint up here, so.
We're waiting on that one.
But soon come. I'll watch that soon time. But the first one, okay. So, what were you doing when you? What brought you to this album? What were you doing before you listened to it?
Fucking Twitter.
Fucking Twitter.
When I'm supposed to be working and concentrating on some real shit, Twitter starts popping off over this damn album. So me like, yo, how am I gonna get the album? I call up my connect. She sent me a link.
What's up, plug?
It might have been me. Yeah.
And it was a rap. It was a rap.
Yeah.
So you listened to it? Yeah, you saw it on Twitter. Listened to it that day.
Yo, the thing is, people were going so ham on it. Literally, the second she sent it, I had to just be like, "Yo, I'll be right back."
Yeah.
And
I'm going on break.
I had to go digest some
and
shit.
it's you're lucky. It's a short album. It's under 40 minutes. So you're like, I'm going on break.
Yeah.
Come back with just like tears in your eyes and like feeling away.
No, yo, coming just with my black fist up, just not
way,
saying nothing.
hat all the way down, fist well up.
Yeah.
I came with an attitude that the rest of that do.
What about you, number one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to it that day, right? I can't remember.
I have a feeling you listened to it before I did.
I think it was the day it came out. And it wasn't like at midnight when it dropped, but later that day. And yeah, it was one of those things where like everybody on Twitter was like, it was like a party, like a listening party. Yeah. And the whole thing, I read about it on Twitter before I listened to it, so I like kind of knew which songs to like look out for, which ones people were like talking about, and yeah, it was good times.
Yeah, I remember seeing it on Twitter too, because of course you're up and then Twitter's losing its damn mind.
Yeah.
Reaction memes and just popping all over the place. So I was like, I think I was tired as fuck, so I was like, I can't listen to it right now. And then like the next day, they're waiting, and I asked my other friend, I was like, yo, so people are losing their mind on Twitter, because I saw he already listened to it. He's like, bro, when I tell you it's like Reasonable Doubt blended with a bit of American Gangster, like dipped in realness and then served fresh to you. And I was like, all right, say no more.
Yeah.
Damn.
Made by like an experienced dude, adult, who's trying to sort his life out.
Yeah, and then like you, I was like reading up songs and like what to look for, and then I read up the inspiration for like why that name? What the fuck does this mean?
444?
Yeah, so I read that up and I was like, okay, this is sick. He just woke up one day and was like, yo, give me a pen. I'm just gonna write this.
Yeah.
Correct
Except
yourself.
No pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch yourself.
Jay-Z does not write no pen.
Give me a microphone. I'm going to get this off of my chest.
Yo, he was like, yo, Blue, pass me the mic. She's like, Daddy, I'm recording. Shh. Boom shakalaka.
So yeah, I acquired it, and then before listening to it though, I watched the music video, because by then the Life of OJ music video was out, and I watched that first, and then I just almost choked, and then I like instantly just smashed the play button and started the album.
That's a really good lead though.
Yeah.
The story of OJ?
Yeah, I started that. So that was my first, and I was like, oh, that's only the second. Like when I was listening to it, I was like, oh, that's only the second song.
Right.
It could get up. It could go up from it. Jeez,
Ouch.
it was mad. It was, and then like that was the rest of the day for me, just listening to the album.
Right, and just taking it in over and over.
Watching that video 20, 30 times.
The story of OJ?
Yeah.
Which is crazy. No, like we were talking about it earlier, how I was just basically like, yo, that video, I have like such, it brings out a lot of emotions in me.
It's a very visceral feeling video. Like you just feel things watching it, and so you're like, woof. It's like watching Get Out. That's a very visceral feeling. Like you're like, this captures everything perfectly, and even the lyrics in the song where he's like, yo, don't die on the block that your mama's renting.
Yeah.
Like, don't die for some fucker that isn't yours. But like, how many people are like, yo, rep the block, fam? Like, yo,
and look,
one
how,
time
like,
for the millie.
One sentence kind of makes you think about everything in your life.
But
like,
no, so one time for the millie though.
You had to do it. You had to do it, eh? But yeah, it was just it. In a sense, you're overwhelmed, but you're so proud that like he's finally at that place where he's talking about the things that need to be talked about, and people are finally at a place where they can listen.
Well, you'd hope so. Yeah, you definitely hope so. Like a lot of people are like, "Wow, my eyes open," and then there are a lot of people that are like, "Well, it's easy for you to say. You're rich."
Right.
And then and then a lot of people are like, "Yeah, but no one wants to hear this in the club." Like,
oh my god, that argument.
Which
there's like so much to say. Like even on that, but okay, so fuck all those people about you can't hear it in the club. That's not Jay-Z's job. That's the DJ's job to remix that into some hot shit, throw Migos verse on it, and then y'all can digest it.
No, please don't do that. Please don't throw Migos verses on this album. That does not belong anywhere near this. But that's kind of what annoys me though, is that like
that's a trigger word.
Yeah. Mama.
But that annoys me all the time. Is like people try to like shove hip hop into this one thing, right? Like it's so multifaceted, and not every album belongs in the club, and that's okay. No, and that's totally fine. Yes. And this album does not belong in the club. It belongs somewhere
but
else.
If like Bam came in the club,
sure,
people get uppercut. Okay. If like Moonlight came in the club, people lose their shit.
And that's my point. Is that like, yo, it's at the end of the day, it's such good music.
Yeah.
That like people can remake. Like you're gonna hear this in the club regardless. Yeah. You feel me? It's that type of album. Like no, traditionally, like you're not gonna play it as it is in the club. Yeah. But you gonna hear it.
Exactly.
But calling it too smart, like 50 Cent did, whether that was ironically or not, or whether he was being a troll or not, I think it's just like, why, you know?
It's dismissive, and it's like...
Yeah, it is dismissive.
But...
And hip-hop doesn't have to be dumbed down. Like, what is that? That's hip-hop was stupid concept.
No.
You know?
It was never meant for that.
Exactly.
Right? Thank you, Lupe, about trying to dumb it down.
Hashtag Lupe, yo.
Right? Speaking of album reviews, so 50 had, said some bullshit. But, I feel like I need to be wearing, golf clothes, and, like, I need to be wearing golf shoes when I listen to this. I can't bump this in the club. I gotta, again, I think he was trolling. I don't think he was all serious.
Fair enough.
But
it's like, yo, is that necessary?
But here's the thing.
It's totally not necessary.
Here's the thing.
Right?
A lot of people ate it up, both like blog sites and media sites. And
but are these like Migos fans?
No, and other people are like, you're right. This shit's boring. Like, I don't fuck with this, or I'll sleep on this. I'd rather listen to Issa. But that's not me.
Don't make me.
But yeah, Lupe did an amazing review.
On
Did y'all see this?
On Instagram, yeah.
Yeah, and then he tweeted like the complete thing too. So he dropped a 2-part, like long paragraph, rhyming verse breaking down the album, and how he just like, it brought the bars back, it put the rap back in rap. It made everyone want to set the game up, and he's like, geez, how did he come up with these concepts? And it sounded like it made him want to run into the studio and put some shit out, which hopefully that means Drogas is dropping soon, because I'm so down. But that's the kind of thing that, like, that's what good quality music does. Like, if you're an artist and you hear that shit, like,
I want to make something.
I'm going to make some
art.
But then you get people like Joey Badass who's like, hey, I was the one who inspired Jay-Z to do this. I was, in the same way how we're saying people are like, I hear 444 and I'm like, shit, I want to make something. Joey Badass is like, yo, I dropped All American Badass and it made
Jay-Z want to make something.
Really? I'm
like
Supreme Reach. I'm sorry, Supreme Reach.
Supreme Reach.
Mr. Fantastic is jealous of that reach, man.
Okay. I know she's looking at me because she's about to kill me, but I'm saying
number one's gonna fight you.
Is there possibly any merit to that statement? Okay, not saying necessarily All American Badass, but is there not a chance that Joey Badass could have influenced Hova?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, everybody influences everybody. Like, Jay-Z talks a lot about how, like, he spends a lot of his time on YouTube listening to, like, battle rappers and, like, trying to find new stuff and, like, actively searching it out. Yes. Sure, I'm sure that, like, some kind of sound or whatever.
He was scrolling through battle rap, and then he heard, I used to feel devastated, and now we made it. I used to feel so devastated.
Totally.
Yo, don't discount the man. Shut up.
But, like, Joey Badass talking about how, like, he was super, in his words, vulnerable on his album, and so, like, now this came out, and... What? No.
Okay, I'm gonna put him on pause for that just because. And the thing is, had he just said that, like, he's like, yo, I possibly could have influenced him. Okay, fine, fair enough, right?
Yeah.
Then he kept going, and this is where I'm just like, oh.
Well, that's the problem.
Okay.
Right? How you mean?
Because I was on your side until you kept going, and it's just like, about your okay, why is this so groundbreaking for Jay-Z is because we've never seen him in this as he is talking about the things he's talking about.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever heard. There is no other Jay-Z album like this. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. The closest we got to a grown man Jay-Z album was Kingdom Come, and everyone slapped that shit away.
Fuck no. I don't even count that in his he
counts it. He puts it last, but he counts it.
But songs like Song Cry, right?
Yeah.
And he's like trying to breach that surface, but there's a wall there. Right?
Exactly.
And with this album, he broke that wall down. And
Completely.
It's very personal. It's very like about his life, but also about the greater world around him and how that affects his life, obviously.
And it's like, okay, this is why he is the way he is.
Yes.
But look at him now, looking at it, like you said, as a grown-ass man,
Yeah.
right? With somebody who has a daughter and now, you know,
Yeah.
2 other little gods running around. Like,
Sir.
and
Sir?
like, now he's finally giving back. Like, he finally understands, like, okay, let me give this back to my community because, a conversation needs to be had.
Yeah.
Yes.
Joey Badass, having it, you know what, congratulations, you've been having those conversations, just like Kendrick, just like Absol, just like Nas, just
like
all
a
those
million
people.
other conscious rappers before you.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's the thing. Like, we were talking about this earlier. Joey Badass did not invent conscious rap. And
He didn't make that claim, though. And
No,
I feel you.
yeah.
No, but him saying that, like, Jay-Z's rapping consciously because Joey Badass did it first is, like, just what?
I think it was more like, the young kids are putting more pressure on the older guys to say something because the younger, like, this is what the young kids are into. Now it's time for
But
the
I don't
older
think
guys
that
to come
is
in.
what the young kids
I thought the young
into.
kids were into Hen and Brandon.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not talking about the brain dead ones. Okay, we're talking about the ones, like, the people who
That's
want
not
something.
fair. People can like what kind of music they like, and that's fine. But still.
Yeah,
Joey
but
Badass
okay,
did not invent conscious
please don't, it's like, when grown folks are talking, kids shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
good.
saying?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. You wouldn't say that about Chance the Rapper.
what, is he a youngin'?
He's like 20. 21,
Some.
22.
Okay. Okay.
So is Joey Badass. I feel like they're the same age.
Nah.
Are they?
No way. I don't think so. I feel like Joey Badass is like a 93.
That would make sense.
Joey Badass was 17 when his first one dropped. Why does it
he's
not
also
say?
93.
Yeah, see?
So they're the same age.
He's super young. I don't get why you don't think that.
24.
He was in high school when 10 Day dropped. That's what that album's or that mixtape is about, him being suspended from high school.
Ooh, I got suspended.
Yeah.
Yo.
No, Joey Badass is 95. Okay, guys, respect the age difference of 2
Okay,
years.
so
All right.
Two.
How many? 2 years?
2 years.
Oh
2
my
years
God.
difference.
2 whole years. You're right.
Yes.
He gained so much in those 2 years.
He popped,
Okay,
he
so
popped
like-
out a baby.
So could have Joey Badass.
Okay, so it's basically like, the old golden age era rappers and then like the newer ones coming up. So who would be in the between?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
fuck
don't know
it.
what
That's for another day.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
well, who cares? This is Jay-Z Appreciation Day.
Yeah, so back to Jay-Z, back to Joey. Possibly influence.
But it's a no.
You don't have the reach of a Jay-Z,
Yeah.
and you don't have the ear and the, like, you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well, just like the experience.
Exactly. You haven't done
Yeah.
enough to say that I caused this.
Mm-hmm.
This is Jay-Z's 13th fucking album.
Hey.
What?
Yeah.
13.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, that's that was a bit of a reach, in my opinion. And I like Joey Badass. I've always
Yeah, we
liked
got
him.
love for Joey Badass.
Yeah,
Let's not put that out
I've
there.
always been a fan of his since like 1999 days. So, but still.
Super talented, super good,
Yeah.
but like you said, the reach.
But
yeah.
super reaching.
And yo,
Put those songs back in your pockets.
he might have just said that, like, like somebody's talking, he might have just said it and kind of just went viral. And he's like, yo, hold up. That's not what I meant.
Let me
But
put
when you're
on
talking about a
fire.
king,
Yeah.
be careful. Okay.
So speaking of Jigga Man, how did you first listen to Jigga Man? What was your first Jay-Z experience? Let's appreciate the
Hard Knock
Jigga.
Life. That's the one that comes to mind, and then I realized I love Jay-Z when
Yeah.
H to the Izzo came out,
Mm-hmm.
and that, I'm sorry, like, nobody could stop me at that point. Like, that song just made me happy. That song just made me hopeful, and like, I think like even this is like brings you back to like that spot. Like, yes, he's back,
Right?
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is very Reasonable Doubt-esque.
Because that's what those songs were about. Like, yo, it's a hard about life for us, but like, yo, we gonna get it through. Like, look at me. Like, you get what I'm saying? Look what I do. Learn from what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you gonna be all right type of thing.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Yeah, that's good.
What about you?
Yeah, so I remember Hard Knock Life from when I was a kid, and I specifically remember like really liking the song And then my sister, who at the time was like a really big influence in my life because I was the younger one, I was trying to be cool, and she was like, "You
so
can't like that song."
she influenced you to listen to 444.
she again reached.
Going back to Joey Badass.
My sister at this moment now
strong.
even knows that Jay-Z dropped a new album. But anyways, she specifically was like, "You can't like that song. That song's not good. You can't listen to this." So I would like lie and tell her that I didn't like the song, but
And
I
then secretly
really,
played
really
17
liked
When
it.
you're a kid, that's like the pushing the red button, like, don't touch it. And you're like, I'm pushing it, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Oh my
so
God.
I remember that. And then, like, when I was younger, I never really was into rap that much. And then when I was, towards the end of my university years, I started to get, like, really heavily into it. And a lot of it was because of Jay-Z. And I listened to The Blueprint, I listened to the Black Album, and I was like, I don't know where this came from and how I missed it while it was in its, like, prime of coming out or whatever. But this is so good. And it was like, I was in a bad time in my life, and I, like, you know, life things and, like, graduating university and becoming an adult and all that shit. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. And, like, he talks, I mean, obviously I couldn't relate to his experience, but he talks about, like, getting over things and, like, getting out of the life that you don't want for yourself anymore because you're going to end up in a bad place or whatever. And I was like, yeah, you know, yeah.
Well
That's
said.
cool.
You're right, Mr.
That's
Carter.
not bad. I could probably get through some shit if he could get through the crazy amounts of shit that he got through. So
Right. And with such style, can we just say
yeah,
that?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Sure.
Like, yeah, I'm dealing with some shit, but let me just, like,
yeah,
you know, just
Right.
doing it so
but I'm like
sexy.
really good at this thing, so
Yeah.
I'll probably be okay. But yeah.
Yeah, for me it was, I would probably say H to the Izzo.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a what? It was also a big song because, like, when I was younger, I used to go to New York to see other fam, and like I'd always hear that song being bumped when they're driving around. And even, like, this is probably shout out to BET when they used to do, like, artists used to be like, yo, what are your, like, top 25 songs?
Oh,
remember those?
Yeah, the countdowns.
They used to come on Saturday. So many of them used to be like songs from Reasonable Doubt,
Right.
You know, like Can't Knock the Hustle.
Right.
And I was like,
yeah,
yo, this guy Jigga Man's been doing shit since time.
Mm-hmm.
What are you saying?
Yo.
And then, like, exactly as I grew up, then I loved The Blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
Like Girls was my song.
That video? Yo,
Right?
talk about awesome videos. Holy shit. Oh, man.
Jigga,
Jay-Z.
Jigga, that's my neck. Like, that whole album, I was like, yo, this is sick.
Yo, you don't know? Oh, my
Right?
God.
Yeah.
Woo.
And
That song
Jay-Z
is such
knows
like a
it.
power song, right?
There
Like
you go.
you really feel like you could do anything.
Yo, that makes
after
me want to
that.
grab a baseball bat and just...
Right.
Woo. Yo, if I'm playing that song on my phone and I'm coming for you, run. Okay?
you heard it,
Take
folks.
note.
Get to stepping.
Take note.
Yo, and even Renegade.
Oh yeah,
Holy shit. And that's when I was obsessed with Marshall, too. And it was just like, yo, they're on...
they're on the same song.
So,
What is this?
So, but is it true that Jay-Z got washed on his own song?
She's
See,
making shifty
I-
eyes.
No
See,
comment.
I love Jay-Z, but I know he got washed on that song.
No comment.
But you know, he, as he said on the latest album, he's like, y'all say I'm washing him at the cleaners, so you know he's fine. He got over it. He dry cleaned the clothes. It's cool. It's cool.
Exactly.
We good.
It ended up being good for both of them, so it's probably fine. But
And like there were so many good songs on the album. So again, like just following Jay-Z throughout all of his albums. I really like American Gangster. I know that's not like a big one for a lot of people, but
Blue Magic.
yeah, the one that has Blue Magic on it. I feel that song because it was tied to the movie, that album. I mean, I feel like it drew a lot of people who weren't Jay-Z fans into Jay-Z, because I know people who didn't really listen to hip hop like that, but. Again,
they like that album.
They like the movie. They like the album. They're like, oh, this is tied to the movie in some way. And then they start listening to Jay-Z. And then I was talking to my friend who was like, yo, know what song I really like listening to? Heart of the City. It's like, one, you have immaculate taste. Two, when did that happen? And it's like, oh, well, I was listening to American Gangster.
Right.
Because I watched the movie.
Yeah.
And then I really like Jay-Z from like that, but I like that style of Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And then I found out that there was more, like he has those kind of 1-2 songs on like every album.
Yes.
And he's like, I heard that one. It's like, that song's so
song
good.
And in a sense, you can kind of begin to, like, maybe that was the beginning of, like, 444, in a sense, like you like you said, you always kind of got snippets of what was underneath that wall.
Yes,
but he was never able to kind of dive down until now.
Yeah, I think musically, it's related to 444 for sure. But I found that album interesting because the production on it was quite a bit different from his other stuff.
Shout out to
and
Mr.
the
West.
Stuff before. And it was more musical in a sense, and like just stylistically quite different if you get down to it.
Because it had to be before it was like the video, like, and see, that's kind of crazy because Denzel was the lead in American Gangster.
Yeah.
So just bringing that caliber, you get what I'm saying, that attention into that movie, and then people hearing the sound.
Totally, yeah.
That's like who else could make an album like that?
Right? Yeah, because it was the unofficial like movie album. Right?
Yeah.
He's like, all right, cool, that's sick. I'm gonna just tie that. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna drop a fucking concept album.
Yeah.
Right? And it was just, I remember hearing Blue Magic and
to this day that gives me tingle.
Right? Yeah, and hearing ignorant shit on a mixtape and being like, whoa, Jay-Z's back? What's happening? Whoa, what? Who's what?
What do I
Yo, I hear Pharrell. What's happening?
Right. That was the other thing.
What's...
The combo of those two on that album is like...
And I just kept hearing, DJ White, I'll run that back. No, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to take this in. DJ White. No, I get it.
You're like, shh. Jay-Z's coming on.
Yeah. Man, yeah, so... have you guys ever seen? We were talking about Jay-Z live. Have you ever seen Jay-Z in concert?
I haven't. I feel like Jay-Z's too bougie for me. Like, yo, I haven't been like one of these days I will, but not yet.
Not for 444.
Not for 444. I'm not doing it.
I don't know.
I don't want to see. I'm about the experience.
Yeah.
And I don't want to compromise my experience by being forced to bring my binoculars to the ACC. Okay.
Whatever. I've seen shows from like last row at the ACC. If you want to be there and you're into that album and you're into that artist, you're gonna fucking have a great time.
But for $100, for nosebleeds, like only Jay-Z can do this. And this is honestly,
that's not true. Not only Jay-Z, Kanye charged just as much.
Fuck Kanye.
Kendrick Lamar charged just as much.
J. Cole charged just as much.
Everybody charges that much.
Did you see the seat map? This motherfucker was selling seats for full price from behind the screen. I'm like, who does this shit? But like, only these caliber of artists can get away with this stuff.
Because people will pay. That shit will be sold out.
People will pay.
Not my black ass. Okay. I don't know. I gotta think on it, man.
Dude, I've seen Jay-Z. I saw the Magna Carta tour, and it was incredible.
That was with the screens and shit, right?
The screens.
The ones that like he had like the mixture, like it was like
You're talking
like
about
the kaleidoscope type of shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
I wasn't at that tour, so I don't know.
He had like a platform. It was like a steel thing. It was sort of sculptural, and he would like be on it and then not be on it. He was by himself with Timbaland as his DJ, which he did it like an opening set, and I was like, yes, because he plays like the best shit.
Hold on, wait, rewind that back. What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
See, that's what's worth dropping that money. You know?
Like, and honestly, Jay-Z is like technically one of the best performers I've ever seen.
Get the fuck out of here.
He does not play with obviously a vocal track because he's Jay-Z and he'd get booed off stage. But he's got like crazy lung capacity, and he can do all of that so easily. And even still, now at his age, he hasn't lost anything.
Live eyes.
And it's like, if you like him and if you like his music, he's a crazy good performer, like crazy good.
So did he touch on older stuff for that tour?
Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yo, with his like
his catalog,
how could you not?
Yeah, he did it, and it was great.
So you saw him then, and what other time?
And I saw the Watch the Throne tour, which with Kanye, which was just, like,
people haven't been
haven't
been the same. Anyone who I bring that up with, they're like, nah, I changed the person that day, so you're talking to the new me since that day.
Yeah.
I was like, I wasn't there, so I don't know.
I spent a crazy. You're talking about money. I spent a crazy amount of money on that show. I saw it on the floor, and it was 2 stages. So there was a smaller one towards the like in the middle of the crowd, say, and then the main stage, which was at the front. And at the very beginning of the show, first of all, they were like 2.5, 3 hours late. So you'd love that. I know that's the thing you love. But they came on late, and the very first song, like, they come out of the ground, right? So, like, they come up on risers. Kanye was in the front. Jay-Z was in the back. We were closer to the backstage.
Yeah.
And I swear, people were not even looking at Kanye. People were, like, so focused on the fact that Jay-Z was there and that he was, like, so into it. And, like, it was awesome. It was great. Yeah, that tour was incredible. The production value was so good. So and the two of them, like, performance-wise, caliber-wise, just, like, crazy.
Is it true that they performed Niggas in Paris, like, 17 times?
In Toronto, they did it, I think, 4 times? 4 or 5 times. I was kind of disappointed that they didn't do it more because, like, in Paris, they did it 12 times.
Of course.
And it was a record for a long time until Travis Scott broke it recently.
With what song? Yeah, I remember seeing that, but I can't remember what song.
I can't remember either, but I was kind of annoyed that he would do that. Like, what? Just leave them alone, man. They're, like, fighting right now. Just let them have that.
Right?
Mr. Carter, I hope to God that they're good after this. Is the throne like
the death of the throne? I don't even know.
I don't know. Before we get into that, you've seen Jay-Z.
I've seen Jay-Z.
You've seen him?
Yep.
Which concert?
Okay, so I was 13.
Get the fuck out of here.
I was 13, had a family friend who hooked up tickets, and...
Which family friend?
It was going to be me.
You're like, why aren't they my family friends?
Wait, which family we know with concert tickets?
Family friends. We were, like, the same age, and then it was going to be, like, with her... like uncle, no, her brother, what am I saying, that person's uncle, and it was the Rock the Mic tour, so it was 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, and Jay-Z.
What?
At 13?
I can't imagine seeing that show at 13. That's amazing.
I'm trying to figure out why.
So of course it was like Lloyd Banks first. I think Tony A was in jail that time. I think Buck was there.
Did you know that at the time?
No, I know that, like, after the fact. But I was like, but I remember, Lloyd Banks was there. Then, of course, 50 came out. And I was there to see, like, I was like, oh, shit, 50 Cent. I was a big 50 Cent fan.
Yeah, especially at that time. Dang.
But, of course, like I said, I really liked Jay-Z growing up. So, Jay-Z touches the stage. Of course, 50 was there in, like, his bulletproof vest, his fucking wife beater, and bulletproof vest. And
signature.
Do-rag and, like, fitted hat and all that. And killing
Gangsta
it.
rap uniform.
Killing it. Jigga Man touches the stage. All black. Black bandana up on his face.
Whoa.
Black hat brought all the way down. You can't even see if it's Jay-Z or not. Man just walks up, lifts his left hand to the left side of the stage and raises it up, and people just start screaming. And then he drops his hand and people go, quiet.
Stop this.
Turns to the other side of the stage, raises his hand.
Whoa.
Same thing happens. People are screaming.
Oh.
Drops his hands. Quiet. Turns to the center. Brings both hands up. Everyone loses their goddamn mind. Puts both hands down, pulls down the thing, looks up, so you can see his face, because you see the nose, you're like, that's Jay-Z. Now, it was when I was 13, so I don't remember what song he opened with, but, like, he killed it.
Who cares at this point?
We were talking about, so we left it, I think it was back at, it was, like, close to Ontario Place, so I don't remember what.
It was Molson Amphitheater.
Molson Amphitheater, back when it was Molson.
Interesting.
So it was by those ends, fam. We were leaving it. We were just talking about the whole time. I was just like, did that just happen?
That's the best feeling ever.
I'm 13. What's going on?
That's heaven. You just touched heaven.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, did that just happen? And then so the fun fact of that story of that night is someone died that night.
At the concert?
No, right out of the concert, someone got shot.
50 Cent. See? Gangster rap.
Someone got shot right out of the concert, and we were like a block away from it.
Oh, shit.
We crossed the street. We made a right around the building, and we saw someone slumped. And, like, someone standing there. And then the guy's uncle was like, yo, let's just go that way. Like, he booked it. And he's like, yeah, let's just go that way.
Yeah,
and then we just walked another way.
Did you hear it?
No.
Yeah, we thought it was fireworks. Because we were by Ontario Place. So we assumed it was fireworks.
You're 13. What else would it be?
And you're 13.
Well, shout out to the Millie. And so, yeah. Legit. So, yeah, it was when we get back. And then, because I got home late. Of course, went to sleep, woke up. And it was like, I was talking to my mom about the concert. She was like, it's so good. She's like, oh, I heard someone got hurt. And I was like, oh, we might have heard that. We might have been close to that. But anyway, this concert was live. And da-da-da-da-da. So yeah, I was 13. I saw 50 Cent and Jay-Z. Haven't seen him since, but like, I'm excited to go to this November show.
Yo, that's a great coming of age story.
Right?
Right?
It's like I was 13 when I saw Jay-Z, and then I became a man.
Right? Yeah, I walked out of that bitch, my voice all deep.
Holy shit. That's a dope story. And to top it off, will be what, your second time?
Second time, yeah. So once, like, before I was even a person at 13, and now I'm a grown-ass man, and being like, oh, shit. Jigga Man in the flesh. Live eyes.
Shit.
So good.
And of course, like, as he grew as a person, it would be just great to see.
I'm so excited. I'm excited what his setup's going to be like. You know, he's going to have some, like, he's probably going to have some crazy cool projections and shit because of the way his videos are. And he always, like, does the thing that you talk about, which is, like, it's all together, right?
Yeah, it's all thought about. It's all planned out.
Yeah.
He's a visionary for real.
Sure, yeah. And, like, even back to Watch the Throne, like, the outfits that they wore were the same every night. And they were so, like, they just, like, worked with the album. And they worked with the visuals they had at the show. And, like, Jay-Z and, as you said, his black Tims, which made me buy black Tims. Like,
do you see the influence, though?
Yeah.
No,
like,
it's crazy.
How many people can make you go out and do this shit?
Right?
And keep in mind, Tim's ain't cheap.
Like, no. But, like, for a long-ass time, all I would wear was, like, black jeans and black hoodies. Like, that's Jay-Z. Like, I'm a tiny little white girl, and this guy is, like, forcing me to dress a certain way, right? Like, it's crazy.
Number one fan.
Nah, that is crazy.
And
now
so,
you make me
right,
think.
you gotta get them tickets, but like,
it's gonna be worth it. I'm telling you.
Yo, stop it.
So
stop it right now.
So based on what you told me of seeing him twice, and the second time I guess he was with Kanye, but like when I saw him, it was just him on the stage.
Yep.
And you said the second time, the first time at Magna Carta, it was just him in the stage.
Yeah.
With DJ.
That's it.
Timberland.
Yo, that's hip hop.
He had no opener. He had like no support other than obviously Timberland.
And this was back then. No Dame Dash? Dame Dash wasn't on the stage?
But this was like 2013. It wasn't really back
for my story, no, there's no Dame Dash.
Are you sure he wasn't in the background just peeking out from the curtain like...
Just holding a bottle as he usually does?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, there's no Memphis Bleak is going to come on before me. No, none of that. Man just walked on stage, all black, everything.
God damn.
And instantly in control of the crowd. Yeah.
Made that crowd his, and then can't even. Don't chat. Podcast over. Nah, it was wild. Like, so I can't even imagine what this is gonna be like. Because we were speculating too. We're like, this is a very, very personal album.
Yes.
So you can't have anybody else with you.
Yeah, like I saw people commenting about how like, oh, I hope he put somebody cool on this tour. I don't think anybody else belongs on this tour.
It should
this
just be
is his show.
Blue Ivy's going on tour. Like, that's all y'all should
Boom shakalaka.
Okay.
Boom shakalaka.
Blue Ivy's opening. Okay.
Sure. Bring Blue Ivy, but
oh man, people then it would be sold out. I'm not even joking.
If she was on the bill,
if people are like Blue Ivy's gonna open, people would buy tickets.
People that like don't even listen to Jay-Z at all would come just to see her. Can you imagine being that kid? Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I'll open for my daddy.
Yeah, but my dad's Jay-Z and my mom's Beyonce. Like,
yeah, but like,
and my uncle's Kanye. Like, come on. Like, you feel me?
Is the throne still alive? Yeah, man. So I feel like it's very personal. It's very just him. Like, he shouldn't have anybody with him. I would even be hype if it's just him. He wouldn't do this, but if it's just him in a chair and he's sitting in the chair and he has the mic and he's just going. If he does, I wouldn't be like I wouldn't. He obviously won't do it, but I wouldn't even be taken aback if he did some Vince Staples shit where he just walks up to the mic mad close and stuffs his hands in his pockets, spits those bars.
Yeah, it just goes.
If anybody could,
right? Because it's like the album, the content of the album. Because obviously he's not gonna do just that, but.
Yeah,
like,
I'm interested.
Like,
he takes his art way too seriously for it to be something like that. But like, he never goes like. It's always perfect. Like, he's never going way above, and you're just like, wait, hold on. And you never have to be like, oh wait, that doesn't even go. Like, you get what I'm saying? He's so meticulous with his craft and his art and his presentation that like
everything is like it fits, and it's
$100 for 300s.
We gotta contemplate it,
dude. You gotta do what you want, man. I'm just saying.
Dude, last time you said that, I ended up going to see VIP tickets for Absol. Okay?
And were you sorry?
Wait, but you have no regrets.
Hell fucking no.
Well,
to this day, I'm telling my grandkids
then
about
why
this
you
shit.
complaining
Because
to me?
you always, you're like, ooh, now you're gonna get in my head. I gotta go see Jay-Z.
No regrets.
And you're like crying, I gotta go see Jay-Z.
FYP sees Jay-Z live eyes.
Whoa.
So
whoa! Don't put that out there.
It's out there.
It's
You
happening.
put it out there.
It's happening.
The pressure building up, but like even going back to sequencing. So we said it's a short album, 10 tracks.
Yes, straight to the cut. Like
no filler.
No filler. Yeah.
All the songs were like, except 444, which is 4 minutes and 44 seconds, because of course.
Because it had to be.
But like a lot of the songs are like less than 3 minutes or about 3 minutes and some change. Everything is just like concise. It's how I was in school. Like they'll be like, can you like fill this out? And be like, no, bitch, I gave you the answers. This is I know it's right, but like, okay, can you make it a little? Nah. If I could do it in a 1 paragraph, why do I need 7 pages? Are you dumb? But anyway,
I really hope you said that to your teacher.
Are you dumb?
What do I need 7 pages? Are you dumb? You were the best student, were you?
They liked me. But so yeah, if any of my teachers are listening, but
they're like, I think I tried to fail them once,
right? But you didn't. So even the sequencing of the album, as I was saying, like I was having this discussion with one of my friends, and I was after I listened to it, I like ran to everyone's house and was like, you gotta listen to it. We gotta listen to it together, and you gotta listen to it together. We gotta listen to it. So I was there. I'm like, yo, did you take the album yet? He's like, I heard like a 1-2. So I shut up. Sticking my iPod. Started blasting it. We're just sitting and talking and going over the lyrics, and we're like rewinding certain parts and just being like, yo, that's sick. And what I rate about the album is, again, going back to the discussion about Joey Badass and all the other new rappers. He's like, yo, new rappers, I see you. I see where you're coming from. Like, a lot of people are trying to hate on you based on how you look, how you dress, beads in your hair, fucking nose rings and piercings and tied up shots and everything. But he's like, yo, remember even Tupac had a nose ring. Like, yo, let's chill. Let's relax.
Yeah.
But Moonlight, he still addresses them. Where he's like, all you sound the same. I can't tell who's who.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then he starts off the verse like mocking them. I'm in the skirt with you. No, I'm not. I'm in the skirt with you. This is a cool story. I'm in the skirt. Enough of this.
Yeah.
And then he actually starts dropping real bars that slaps everybody. Man says, fake Draco's all up in your video. Like, he's just addressing everybody. Like, my favorite line in that song is, stop walking around like you made Thriller. Because everyone's on that shit. They're like, well, millennials are so entitled. And millennials, which is some bullshit on, because that's the next story. But these new rappers are like, yo, are acting like they're the first to do anything. Yeah. And they have like a 1-2 hit single that's streaming on SoundCloud. Yeah. And they're acting like they made Thriller.
The disrespect.
You did not make Thriller, fam. You have like one song that has 200K listens. That's proper. Drake's gonna steal your flow. That's all you're gonna get. Like, you didn't do anything amazing. Yeah. You haven't dropped 13 albums. Yeah. Like, stay in your fucking lane.
You haven't learned all these lessons.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like he's like, yo, I understand. I give you a lie, but also sit the fuck down and like actually do something before you want to hype up.
Be humble.
Right? And there's exactly going back to the other album we were talking about. Yeah. Hold up, bitch. Sit down. Don't try to rush. Like, just because everyone and their mom is a rapper, just take time.
Yo, look how much, like, not even just hip hop, but just look how much the world needed 2 projects like these. And like the fact, even sequencing, like, come on.
Oh yeah.
Come on. What the frig? Holy shit. Like, I'm so like overwhelmed and just like it's such a good feeling.
It's a bit of an embarrassment of riches, that's true.
Right? And then again, going back to sequencing, what I loved was Bam came right before Moonlight, right? So everything before it, he was like, so he starts the album with Kill Jay-Z. Like, dead that persona. He's a shady man. Yeah. He shot up his old bro. He's done some
everything's on.
He's done some shaky shit. people look up to him, but why? He's not a good person.
Yeah.
But kill him. Dead that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He can't hold relationships. He's a waste man. Like, dead him. Kill Jay-Z. Then he's like, all right, so Jay-Z's dead. Now it's just Sean Carter here.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Carter's pouring out his heart up. What did Sean Carter go through with all his life, right? Like, all the problems he's had.
Yeah.
Then we get to Bam.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, fuck all that Sean Carter shit. My nigga Hove. Yo, he's like... the
Game of Thrones, right? The dead.
Yeah.
The third persona comes out and is like, yo, let's get grimy. Let's drape man's up and say, yo, just because man's put his feelings out there, just because Sean Carter's going through some woes, don't run up. You'll get done, fam. And then so he has that. What's right after? Moonlight, where he's like, don't run up. You'll get done. Next time, all you new rappers, you ain't special.
Amen.
And then he's like, okay, let me put Hove back away. And then we get Marcy, Me, and Legacy.
Yeah.
Like, the album's so sick.
Yeah.
The sequencing is fucking just immaculate. But
yo, visionary. How many other people can produce projects like these?
Just, well, sound effects.
It's a certain it's a certain caliber of artists, of hip hop people. Like Jay-Z, this album is gonna outlast. You can't say that about a lot of other of these newer rappers or whatever. Like, yeah, that's fun for the club. Yeah, that's fun for you, you know, kicking off rocks or whatever. But at the end of the day, when that's done, what are you listening to? What message are you taking home? And that at least with this album, he's making everybody think. Think and reflect.
Yes.
Because, like, yo, Jay-Z's a grown-ass fucking man. And he was a grown-ass man back then. So look at all that growth that's happened in between. And he's finally coming to you as a man and telling you, like, listen.
I fucked some shit up. Yeah.
I almost lost a really good thing.
Yeah.
Don't go Eric Benet. Shout out to his
right.
wife.
Eric Benet's sweating in bed at 3 a.m. Oh shit! I gotta get these tweets out.
Yo.
Oh no.
Everybody was in their feelings about this after this album drop, and it's sick. Like, think this is gonna be another moment, the same way how people look back at the Control verse as like a moment that shook hip hop and then kind of changed its trajectory. In the same way that like the snapping era of hip hop like changed the trajectory of hip hop and shit. Same way that like if you go even further back, like being able to sample better,
right?
Being able to it's just all of these. This is gonna be one of those pivotal moments that you're like, well, 444 dropped and then and now hip hop's going that way, and we'll find out. We're just along for the ride to see how that shit goes.
That's what I'm saying. Because anybody who drops next, like yo, you better come correct. Because I really don't think that like things are different now. Like you said, like yo, things changed. That album dropped, people took it in, things are changing.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, who's ready to make that new, like, who's going to be on the front of that new wave?
Exactly. So,
right? Jay-Z knows he can't keep doing this forever. He's giving you the knowledge. He's giving you the tools. What you going to do with it?
Right? Yo, it's going to be crazy. Because also on that note, do you hear a lot of people are saying, this might be the last one. This might be it. So if this is it, you better grab that ticket for the tour.
Yo.
But also... So Jay-Z, a while back, ranked all of his albums. So he looked back and reflected over all 12 at that time.
This was, just after Magna Carta came out.
So...
Yeah, so in the rankings, he kind of, like, put a little bit of notes in there about these things. But the top 4 were, number 1, Reasonable Doubt. Number 2, The Blueprint. Number 3, The Black Album. Number 4... Volume 2, and all of those he wrote classic about. Number 5 was American Gangster. Magna Carta was number 6, which I remember a lot of people had a problem with at the time.
I could see why.
And he just mentions a couple songs from it.
One Time for Oceans.
Yes, Oceans Beach, On the Run.
See, we're talking about him and Frank Ocean working together?
Yeah.
I think that was their best collab.
Oceans?
Instead of Native America?
Either way, it pales in comparison. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that then...
Caught their eyes, nothing,
By that alone, this is their worst work.
I don't know, I think Got Their Eyes is better than Ocean.
Really?
Anyways.
Yo, I gotta go back.
I know that I'm alone in that. So it's fine.
No, like, at least you're making me see, like, yo, maybe there's something I'm missing. You get what I'm saying?
Maybe
we'll bump all 3 after the show.
And compare.
We're gonna be arguing about this all damn night.
No one's going to sleep.
Right. So number 7 was Volume 1. Number 8 was Blueprint 3, to which he says, sorry, critics, it's good. Number 9 was Volume 3. Number 9 was Dynasty. Number 10 was Volume 3. Number 11 was Blueprint 2. And number 12, of course, is Kingdom Come, which I think everybody in the universe would agree with.
It should be number 1. I don't know what y'all are saying.
I would not even put that on. I would never acknowledge that album.
Come on, guys. Y'all are being rude eyes.
But with that being said, it's still better than a lot of this new rap shit.
So, I don't know. It's hard to rank all 12, but if you were to give, say, a top 5 or top 3 or whatever...
So far I follow them in the order. With for me it'd be Reasonable Doubt, The Blueprint, Black Album. I would sneak American Gangster just a little bit above Volume 2 because that album had a lot of bangers, man.
American Gangster.
Yeah, and then
that's a feeling album though.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the movie connects, and that's why it has an advantage because the movie connects it.
But also, like, there's a lot of slick-ass lyricism in that fucking album.
Yes, there was.
And there's a lot of wordplay and, like, perspective changing. Yeah. Like, he has a song where he's rapping from the perspective of drugs.
Yes.
Like, what?
I know. It is a great song.
And, of course, he linked up back with the boy damn Pharrell to get some amazing beats on it.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier. It's one that's, like, sonically quite different from his... stuff that came before it. Very interesting stuff, music-wise.
And I don't need no hook for this shit.
Pharrell. Like, that, I'm like, wait, where's Pharrell? Now that I think about it. I remember, like, you're saying, because when I first got introduced to him, and I first seen, like, the videos and stuff, I remember I'm like, I thought actually, like, I was just confused. I was young. I'm like, yo, who's, like, which one is Jay-Z? And I was looking at Pharrell. Yeah. And then my cousin's just like, no, that's the dude that's in everybody's video.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is before I knew what the hell a producer was.
Right.
Totally, yeah.
So I'm just like, oh.
So let's just change clothes.
I remember, too, like, when we were in high school, my sister, again, was like, all these songs are coming out and Pharrell was producing them and on them and in people's videos and stuff. And she was like, yeah, you know, like all these songs are really good and the artists are getting credit, but it's really all Pharrell that's making this what it is.
Yo, him and Chad with that beat. Yo,
yeah.
Talk about, like, see, and there you go. Like, hip-hop, like, good music is a collective, right? It's never just one person. It has to be a good team. It has to be a good group. Or shit ain't coming out straight.
So what's your ranking?
My ranking, to be honest, I pretty much agree with this shit. I have a question. Where would 444 fall on this?
Okay, so...
And I'll make it easy. Like, it's either going to be top 3 or top 5.
It's top 3.
Or top slot.
It's top 3. It's under Reasonable Doubt.
And that's exactly...
But, like, it's so close it could smell Reasonable Doubt. Like, it could almost taste Reasonable Doubt.
I really didn't think you guys would go that far.
I think it's right. Like, it's... Reasonable Doubt's almost like, yo, back up, fam. It's, like, that close. Reasonable Doubt's like, yo, funny. You're in my air. It's
like my rankings for Jay-Z's albums have changed, like, over the years many times. And because the argument always was, is it the Blueprint or is it Reasonable Doubt that's number 1?
Yeah.
And I would always chime in there and be like, it's the Black Album, you're both wrong. But then I changed my mind, and then it was the Blueprint, and then I changed my mind again, and now it's Reasonable Doubt. But 444 is like sneaking in there, and I don't know. I honestly don't know where I would.
The weirdest thing is it's like 444 is like the top. Everything I love about the top 3 is 444. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, because in a sense, like, your Reasonable Doubt, like. Yeah. What is that worth unless you have the 444? Like, it's like the completion of the story.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's just like, yo, they're each, like, you slot them in, they each fall, like, side by side. You have to hear one to hear the next. And it's just like, oh, it's like a full circle.
It's you're right. It's a good bookend to his, like, discography, which is why a lot of people say he might just stop here.
And it makes sense.
And it's like, if he does, you ended on the highest of high notes.
And that's what he always wanted, right? That's why he walked away. But it's like, yo, if he had to make Kingdom Come...
Yo, we need to chill on Kingdom Come here.
Yo,
it had a 1-2 good song.
Yeah, like, definitely. I won't even like I wasn't banging it, but like I said, yeah, it's definitely top 12.
Okay. It's more that I rate Kingdom Come, the title track, because of the samples. So good.
And he's always been a monster. Like that's one thing. Like, his production's never shitty.
Yeah, Just Blaze.
Hey.
Yeah, he works with.
And
obviously the best in the business.
And even the second track, Oh My God, also a really good sample, really good bird. So last one, like, but his singles that he drops.
Yeah, and like
Show me what you got, little
when
mama.
you compare it to like the whole range of the rest of his albums, it's just like
Exactly.
you know.
Right, but if we had to get like shot on an island and you get like you say if like out of all Jay-Z albums, you get what I'm saying? Which one is definitely are you protecting?
Obviously, Reasonable Doubt.
Okay.
Obviously,
Just so we know.
444.
Just so we know.
Obviously, the Blueprint.
Because you can't, like, try playing One Gotta Go with Reasonable Doubt songs. Like, you can't.
No. And that's what the pacing, the sequencing, it's just like the and who
You can. Like, you really can. Can't Knock the Hustle. Are you dumb? Politics as usual. Of course not.
Brooklyn's
So good.
Finest.
Brooklyn's Finest is amazing.
Dead Presidents Part 2.
Classic.
Feeling It.
Can I live?
Whatever happened to Mecca?
Feeling It.
Whatever happened to her? Because she did her damn thing on Feeling It.
What I know.
The Evils is probably the first time I took that in, and it's like, what was I, teenager?
Mm-hmm.
I was like 19 or 20 when I first like re-listened to like all the old songs I used to listen to, but like take them in again.
Mm-hmm.
First time I took in The Evils, I was like, whoa.
Yeah. You should.
This is some
And he's
grimy
always been
shit.
that type of artist.
Yeah.
This
Always.
is grimy. This
That's
is so
one of the
sick.
songs that he decodes in Decoded, and you should read it. It's
Seriously?
just really good.
So yeah, I'm teething
It's
this
a
book
great
when
book.
we're done.
You
No,
should.
I'm gonna have to take a couple pictures.
22 Twos, of course, is sick. Can I Live is
Can I live?
a fucking anthem.
The,
Like, there's no other word
I
you can
love
use
Can
for
I
it.
Live so much.
You like
It's
honestly.
such a great song.
Oh my gosh.
Coming of Age is number one's fans' favorite track because it's a real ass story.
Yo,
Yeah.
just think about how many like albums like everybody in hip hop would not exist if it was like. Think about how many songs wouldn't get made if it wasn't for this album.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There'd be a lot of regrets. Oh, we'll see what I did there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's classic.
No, yeah, that shit was strong, but it's like he followed it up, so it was like,
No sophomore slump.
yeah, exactly, right? Like he just kept hitting it out the park every
Yeah.
time. Just walked up, bam. Just
Visionary.
walked up, bam. Walked up,
Yeah.
bam.
This dude is like the Steve Jobs of hip hop.
Steve Jobs pop.
It's hard to pick a top album, I think.
No.
That's
And
why
with Jay-Z,
mine
we're not
kept
even gonna do
changing.
it. We're not even gonna do it.
Yeah, that's why yours keeps like morphing throughout time.
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like like those are such hard choices. You get
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
But it's like, yeah, without fail, like anybody would have to agree, unless they're a crackhead, that 444 is up in the top 3.
Yeah, most def.
Yeah.
And that just because it's like, yo, like I said, it's the completion of the circle.
Mhm.
Yeah, if
Right?
people are fighting that the top 3 are Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint, and then
And the Black
and
Album.
Marta's in the corner like Black Album, then 444 is in there. So it's like even if you had those 4 like
Yeah.
if those
like-
are your top 4 albums,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to do anything else.
No.
Right. You really don't.
No.
Yeah.
There's your Bible. Like, what else do you need?
Mm-hmm.
So good, so damn good. I just all hail most praise to The Rock. It's The Rock, you know. You got to throw up the dynasty sign one time.
No, legit. Like him, his partners, everybody behind him, like.
Shout out, was it Diamond Dallas Page who tried to sue Jay-Z over the Rock sign? You lost. Shout out to you.
Shout out Dame.
Shout out Dame. Yeah.
Yo, cause like I feel like
Posing with the
You
ball
feel
in
bad
every
for
music
him?
video.
I don't feel bad for the thing is,
He
yo,
made his
Dame
money.
Dash is gonna be a billionaire in his
Yeah.
lifetime. You get what I'm saying?
Cause he's his own boss.
Yo, he's good. But like I said, like when him and Jay-Z, like God bless that union.
Yeah.
I mean, it ended off like, you
Yeah.
know, whatever, business, politics, whatever. But they made something that
Right? Yeah.
will never ever happen again in our
The dynasty,
lifetimes.
man.
So, Jay-Z appreciation.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're winding down. If you have any more thoughts related to Jigga Man,
Hit us up.
If you haven't listened,
Let us
go
know.
Listen.
yeah,
Where's 444 on your rankings? We want to know that.
we gotta
shit.
know this.
Yeah, unless you rank it 13 and then don't leave no message.
We do not want to hear from you.
Then we'll send Queen Midas after you with a
Hey.
bat, and she'll be bumping her song.
You
Right?
don't know.
And she'll just be like running after you. You don't want those
I'm
problems.
gonna find you
In Black Tims.
Yeah.
in black Timbs and a black hoodie.
Black bandana covering your face, black hat
your
all the way down.
All the way down your face.
You know.
It's rock, and then you just
Guess who sent me?
Yo, I just said that. Speaking of that, only Jay-Z could fucking Punjabi MC. What? You remember that song?
Yes.
Only Jay-Z. It's rock and you just don't stop.
But also, like, the beat of that song is a little bit low-key fire.
Where's the low-key part at?
Jay-Z.
Where the low-key part at?
We got that like, Jay-Z blue magic.
You're kind of, like, embarrassed in the club dancing.
Embarrassed
like,
who?
Why is this
Which
so
part?
She's like, I don't understand why this
DJ
works,
drop that beat.
Right? What? That went in. I'm gonna listen to that right now. Yo, we're done this episode. Yo, thank you for listening to another Fresh Young Perspective. I've been D. This has been episode 4. 444 episode, the 4th episode, Jay-Z appreciation episode. You know, one time for the chicken man, for real. Chicken that nigga man.
Thanks, chicken.
Oh, thank
cool.
you, Jay-Z.
Thank you. And I'm Marta.
Hey, and I'm Shaw.
And we'll catch you next time.
Peace.